but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hello guys, today we're at Buckmore Park for the final round of the Club 100 Cadet Super Lightweight Championship. The input today is just to try and win, and we've already won the championship, so hopefully we'll just be able to go out there, have some fun, and yeah, see you out on track.
As we go into qualifying now, we come out I think 5th on the grid, which is just kind of completely random. There's no way of properly doing the grids for qualifying practice because it's just random really. As yeah, we come down the main straight trying to get those tyres heated up. We're not actually doing any tyre warming, but I think even when you just get the tyres spinning a little, it'll heat them up. So come through turn 1, there was a slight wet patch on the second part of turn 1, but it only affected the lap times by maybe like 3/10 maybe. As we go very wide into hairpin 2, I'm not quite sure why really, but yeah, not really that much happened in qualifying. Kind of just hot lapping on my own, maybe a few overtakes I think, but other than that nothing really happened. So now going on to I think a pretty decent lap in my qualifying session, and yeah, I'm going to talk you through it. So coming in this first corner, going flat, actually no I don't. I lift at the start and then I exit flat because I think I was still a little bit tentative because I was still getting used to a little wet patch on the second bit of turn 1, which was quite annoying actually, but oh well, there's nothing we can really do about it. As we come down through the S's, hitting all that curb on the inside, as we come into Simon Sweep, flat out, Pullman's go for a late apex and stick to the left hand side. Going into paddock, I actually can't keep up with this, wow, it's very fast. Come through Garda, we kind of flick steer it really, trying lots and lots of different things, but I think smooth steering was the main way to take it because it was easiest, but yeah, that was a pretty decent lap. So yeah, see where that puts us for the pre-A final. Well, quite surprisingly, I was really far down in the final actually. I was all the way back down in P17 as Will, he goes waving at the camera, telling us to work together as well, which seemed to work in this race because I made up quite a few positions as you're about to see. So main input of this session was obviously to win it, but I knew that wasn't really that realistic, so I was just going to try and make up as many positions as I can as I demolish that curb for fun. Yeah, and so just try and get to the front and get some more points, see how many we can get by the end of the championship. Okay, so now skipping the formation lap, we're going to go onto the start finish straight and we go green. Here we go. See how many positions we can make up. We get absolutely loaded from behind into that poor blue driver. I'm very sorry about that if you see this, but yeah, we're going to try and hold it round the outside of the blue driver into hairpin 1, and I think, yep, we make it stick. Now we are just behind Omar actually and Hugo McMillan, so we go down the inside of him in Omar's slipstream, which was very, very helpful in this race. As I think now we're just going to try and follow Omar through, or maybe not. Oh, okay, I don't quite make that move stick, but very, very close attempt really. So Omar goes down the inside of Freya Lally. That was a really nice move from Omar. But yeah, so here we go, up across Cafe Corner and down the main straight. Not really gaining the slipstream. I think we might actually be getting dropped. I'm not sure if that's just my weight or maybe my cart was slightly off. Who knows? Maybe it was a little bit of both. But as Freya gets a big slide through hairpin 1 and she goes slightly defensive into hairpin 2. But she still gets a decent run actually, to be fair to her. And yeah, I'm just sticking behind her, and I think over here. Oh, she gets a really big snaffle oversteer. As we go down the inside into Paddock Bend, and that's Omar going down the inside of Mohammed Isa. As we go down the inside of him as well. We've already made up quite a few positions in this race, but now we're just going to try and look to catch Omar and hopefully get even further up the pack. So, skipping forward a lap or so, we've now caught up to the back of Omar as he gets a really good run coming out of Paddock Bend. And yeah, we're going to see if we can capitalise from the carnage that's happening ahead. As we see David getting overtaken by Senna and Omar trying to stick his nose up the inside. But we capitalise on that and we go down the inside. I think now I'm telling Omar to work together so then we can get even further up the pack. I think now we are up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8th place from 17th. So that is a pretty good start, if I do say so myself. As we're now behind David, and I think we just follow him, or maybe not, because it depends if I go for a move here into Paddock. Oh, and he goes for a move actually, sending Senna a little bit wide, and he has to avoid going past the bollard. And David makes a little bit of a mistake, and yeah, we kind of get forced off onto that little curb. It's kind of just the nature of Buckmore. Yeah, as David has a little bit of a gap on us actually now, but I think we will close it up as Jacob makes a lovely switchback going past Harley, and David and Harley come together a little bit, and David gets a little slide which kind of compromises my exit, which means Harley can hold the position against me for now, as he looks behind to see us from right behind him. And now I think we may work together with them. I'm not quite sure, so I don't really remember, if I'm honest. As we just go down the inside at our favourite overtaking spot today. I also cover off the inside to stop any moves after I just overtook him. And yeah, we're now setting our eyes on David and the people ahead. We have now caught up to the back of David, and we're going to send it down the inside into hairpin 2. Pretty clean move, pretty lovely, and now we have to cross a pretty big gap to Jacob, which is going to be a pretty hard task, especially when you have such a quick driver like Jacob right in front of you. As, yep, I do pretty well through that little section of the track, and as we go up into Garda, take a tiny little bit of that curve, just a tiny little nibble. As we go through Senna and up the hill into Cafe Corner, gonna see if we can get a bump draft from David behind us, I think. And yeah, take that first corner quite well actually. And going into hairpin 1, I think now they are properly battling because Jacob has fully caught up, and I think we're gonna be able to start making some moves at the top now, because we are now in 5th actually, which is a pretty nice spot to be in because we're not too far at the front, which doesn't pile a bunch of pressure on us, but we're not right at the back in the midfield, so that will probably be more carnage if I was back there. And now we've nearly caught up to the back of Jacob, like really nearly, and we get gapped slightly down the straight. I think that's because Jacob had a slipstream from Ronnie actually, as we hit the second curb of turn 1, and Jacob goes to the inside of hairpin 1. Not sure if he was defending or trying to get a position from Ronnie, as he goes side by side into hairpin 2. Will I be able to capitalise from that? No, I don't. Jacob just about slips ahead of me and keeps his position. Now Ronnie, oh no, Jacob gets a pretty big slide through there, as I think there we just run a little bit wide. I think we outbraked ourselves a little, as I think that's Harley back down on the side, but I think, yeah, we hold that. And Jack's actually been shuffled down to 4th in the lead actually. He did really well in this pre-final and also the finals you're about to see. But yeah, there's Ronnie. Oh, Jack, what a move. Is he? Oh yeah, he makes a stick. That was a lovely move from Jack. He just capitalised on Ronnie's mistakes and made it through to third. As we kind of get squeezed off by Ronnie, but it is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. As I think now I might go for a move here. Yes, I do. But will I make it stick? I will. Just properly send it down the inside at my favourite overtaking spot. And Ronnie's still alongside us actually, but I think we hold it. Yes, we do. As now we're just sat behind Jack, a few car lengths back, as him, James, and Jacob are all in a slipstream train. Jack goes to the outside of Jacob, and will he make a move? No, he won't. Jacob holds on to that one very nicely. Jack goes to the outside into hairpin 1, and he gets a little bit of a slide, and there he goes down the inside of Jacob. That was a really nice move, even though there was some contact on the inside, but I think that was just kind of racing contact, as Jacob goes flying down the hill, and so do I, following right behind him. And I think here I'm going to try and make a move on Jacob. Here we go, down the inside. Are we going to make it stick? I think, David sends it round both of us actually. That was a really nice move from David, just capitalising on me and Jacob's minor mistake really. So yeah, we're now down to, what was that, 5th. We hit the curb on the inside, and I'm going to stick behind Jacob I think we're going to stick behind him for the rest of the race actually, just because of how quick he was, and since we're good friends I trust him quite a lot to get us through the pack and get us higher up in those standings. As we come down the hill again, going into Pullman's and coming into paddock, I don't think there actually was any more change in this race. Forget that. Jacob goes down the inside of David, but he is gonna again run us wide just because of the nature of the track. And there's Ronnie back down our inside, so we've really messed that one up. But we're gonna try and get our way back through, as we try and stick our nose in down the inside of Ronnie, but can't quite do it. I don't think we had the proper run to do it, but oh well. As Ronnie kind of just murders David there. Not really sure how that kind of panned out for David, and if Ronnie got a penalty for that or not. From what I saw, it looked a little bit too aggressive from Ronnie, as we go down the inside of him and we make a stick going into Garda. I don't think there's anyone outside. Might be. No, there's not. Okay. As the top 3 have actually really broken away now from us, just because me and Ronnie are just battling so much. We go defensive into turn 1. We kind of get really loaded into there by Ronnie, I think. But we do hold it into hairpin 1, and I think we actually had a tiny little gap after this. So now our eyes are kind of set on getting to the top 3 and trying to win this race. So now we're coming down into Pullman's, and I think Jacob here tries to get around James. Yes, but I don't quite think he makes it stick, just because James just holds into that position quite well. And we're, just from that tiny little section of battling, we're already right on the back of Jacob again. And we're going to see, final lap this time around. I think I have a gap to Ronnie actually. So now my main focus is just to get past everyone in the top 3, which I don't really think is that realistic. So I try and go round the outside of Jacob, that's never going to work, as Ronnie is, wow, he really got a good run out of hairpin 1, but we run him wide, and so we stick behind Jacob for now. We're going to see if we can make any moves going into Pullman's or paddock, but no, he covers that off well, and a little bit of a bump from me, but yeah. Okay, we come through Garda now. Jack's won it, I think, and I don't think I can get past him here, as I try, but it's not going to work. So that's the pre-final done. P4 in the end, which is a really good result, made up 13 places. which I was quite happy about, but not very happy about at the time, just because I felt like I could have done a little bit better than I finished. But yeah, now moving on to the A final, where I'm starting P4. As we're now going on to the formation lap in the final, and yep, we're qualifying. We're in 4th, since that was our finishing position from the pre-final, as we're behind James on the outside, which really isn't a good place to be around this circuit, considering that there's 2 turns that are two right turns, which would not suit my position, as you're about to see. So first thing, we get absolutely demolished to the outside. We've probably lost about how many positions is that? Probably about 5 or 6 positions, as yeah, we get smacked from behind, and you can probably see from the shadow I'm turning full lock towards the hairpin, but we kind of get side swipes as Alex Ivanescu is right there, as there's a crash. I'm not sure how that really happened, but yeah, it was a little bit weird, that one, because I had no clue what happened. I just kind of saw everyone just piled up at that corner. As now we're behind Will, as I'm not sure, I don't even think that we've lost that many positions, considering how bad of a start I had, as yeah, we're getting a tiny bit of tow from Will as he tries to find a way past Harley, and I think we just give him a slight nudge because he gets a little slide, and we don't really mean to go down the inside, but it kind of just happened really, as we try and go around the outside, and we make that one stick. That was a really nice move from me, and now we're going to set our eyes on overtaking Harley and getting to the front. So we nearly go down the inside of Harley. We don't quite make it stick. We have our nose in, but we're just not quite close enough, as we take lots and lots of curb through there. Quite a satisfying curb to take, really. It's quite smooth and doesn't make you bounce too much. So Harley has got about 2 or 3 kart length gap on me, and we're going to try and close that up and get to the front. Coming through turn 1, Harley goes for a little bit of a wider exit as I go quite tight. Harley goes defensive, actually. I'm not sure if we decide to work together to catch up in a little bit, but yeah, there we go. Harley tells us to work together, and we agree to that. So I just start pushing him along the straights and getting him, trying to close up to the leading, what is that? Oh, as there is, I think, 2 people off there. That was Jacob, actually. He was fighting for 2nd in the championship against James, who is now in 2nd, which was not very good for Jacob in this race. But I think, yeah, Harley gives us a thumbs up to say keep going, really, as yeah, Harley's a really quick driver, so I trusted him to catch up, as he actually gains a little bit of time on us through the first hairpin. He goes slightly tighter into the 2nd hairpin, and yeah, he's gapped us by about a kart length, which is fair play. He's done really well there, and as we go down the hill, we've nearly caught up. We're really close to David now, but just we need that few more kart lengths, and yeah, just gonna keep going with Harley. Sometimes accidentally tapping him, which is kind of racing contact. It's just what happens, really, when you're racing this close together in an A-tier race, and when there's a trophy on offer, and also some championship points, and for some people even a new number plate for next year. So as we see David, oh my god, what a run from David. That was a really nice move, but he doesn't quite make it stick, because James sticks it right down the inside going into the 2nd hairpin. So I think David's still slightly on the inside, and David makes that one stick. That was a really nice move, as James kind of hits Harley, but oh well, it was a little bit of an awkward position for James. But okay, and now we're going to go down the inside of Harley, because we have already caught up, and now we're going to set our eyes on James, see if we can catch up to him and hopefully take this win. Okay, so skipping the first sector, we have now caught right back up to James, and we're going to look to overtake him maybe as we go down the hill into Pullman's and try and figure something out of trying to work out a way to get past James as we try and go around the outside into Garda. That's not quite going to work as he kind of bounces along the curb, and first and second place we've actually got a little bit of a gap on me and James now. First has, oh, that gap just like disintegrates really because of how insane the slipstream is here. So we look to the inside of James, but we can't quite get down the inside, so we switch back to the outside. Coming in the exit of Hairpin 1, we try and look for something maybe, just any way to get past. So we look, but it's just not quite going to work. We're just going to keep trying and trying to overtake James, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to find a way through before the end of this race. We might do, might not, who knows. As James goes defensive, even though he had at least a car length gap. But yeah, that's just causing the leaders to pull away slightly more. But actually no, they're not, because David and Jack are really battling as I follow David through as James tries to go round the outside into turn 1, but he's just made a little bit of a mistake there and I get to capitalise on it. Now I'm up into 3rd place, just behind David and Jack, which is 2 places separating me and this victory. As we go down through the S's, we just come down the hill into Simon Sweep, the fastest corner on the track, as we go into Pullman's, a really fun corner, as we go into Paddock, we kind of just bounce our way along, as we may be able to find a way past David, but no, I don't think we quite had the run, as James kind of just hits us, but he was nearly fully alongside, which is fair enough, but could have been a little bit less aggressive really. But yeah, as we have to actually defend coming into this first corner, and we don't get the best of runs actually because James gaps us on the exit. As we go through Hairpin 1, seeing if we can get our 3rd place back and hopefully win this final. But I don't think we quite, yeah, James just gets, I try and set up a switchback going downhill, but it just doesn't quite work really. As yeah, James gets a little bit of a slide through Paddock Bend and he covers it off, covers Garda off, so there's no way of me making it through. As now I'm just going to try and try until I make it back through on James. But I think there's like about a minute left of this race to go. Try, oh, there's James going down the inside of David. I'm not quite sure if that's going to work, but it is. And now we are up into 3rd place, but not for long because David comes back along and down our inside. So we're still in 4th place. We've been stuck in 4th for ages, it feels like. But now David has a car length, about a car length gap, and now we're just going to try everything and throw everything we have at these drivers to try and get this win. I'm just going to give a shout out to Jack as well. He was defending so well for the entire day, which is immaculate defending from him. As all 3 of them go to the inside, I'm going to try and find a way. Oh, we're so close. Nearly get down the inside as we try and go around the outside, but I don't really think that was never going to work really. As Will now up into 4th place, now taking our spot, and we're now down to 5th. This is not going well for us really, as everyone's just been defending and white lining it, as you could say, as we try and hang it around the outside into Pullman's, and we go down the inside into Paddock. That was a great move, nice, clean and executed well. We take some curb into Garda. We're coming down into centre. David has quite a big gap actually on us, and so do James and Jack. I think it's probably about a second maybe, but I think now I'm getting bump drafted from behind, and we're instantly back on David's bumper. Now will we be able to find a way back through on David and James? Nothing through Hairpin 2, nothing on the exit. as we kind of get dropped on the exit. Really, I think that's because we're about 5 kilograms overweight here. But now we're just going to try everything, and we're not going to be able to. We're not close enough to make anything stick through paddock that time, as David swings back out to the outside to take the normal racing line, but we're just not close enough to go down the inside. So now we have some slipstream going through the final corner and down onto the main straight for, I think, the second last time. As we follow David and the other top 3 through the first corner. David gaps us slightly, and yeah, there's not really much we can do here because everyone's properly defending, and I don't really think there's a way through no matter what, really, because yeah, we try and get switched back, but I just don't think we have the overspeed, as maybe we might try something. We go down the inside, we hit James though. That was not great from us. I think we just out-braked ourselves a little bit. Then here comes Ronnie into 3rd place. A little bit cheeky from us, but I think if James had been maybe a 10th further up, then we probably could have made that stick and got up into 3rd place. As now we're going to try and overtake Ronnie for this podium spot. We're trying everything into hairpin 1, but David, I think he's back on our outside, and here he goes down the inside. A little bit of an aggressive move, but it's fair enough because he was fully alongside. And yeah, now we've also been overtaken by Omar, which is really unraveling for us right now. This win, which I think is slipping out of our hands, as Omar looks behind and goes defensive into Garda. We try and take a little bit of curb to try and get a run on Omar, but I don't think it's going to work. We're going to finish this one in, what is that, 6th place. We go across the line, and that is our day over. A good race, but we had to recover from that awful start in this final. It just didn't really work out for us, as congratulating Omar on his well-deserved 5th place. That was really good from Omar. And yeah, really nothing I could have really done there. Maybe just not gone for such an ambitious move down the inside. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like